everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Team GOWGO Wrestling Podcast here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. We are your hosts, Blitzball Champ and Hollywood Cinema. What's going on, brother?
Not much or nothing.
I must say that recently I went all out. So I now have WWE Network, Impact Plus, ROH Honor Club, New Japan Pro Wrestling World, and Stardom, and WWN.
I was about to ask about the WWE, and I thought you had that.
Yeah, dude, I went all out.
I do want to get Impact Plus at some point. And now that I just signed paperwork for a new job starting Monday, we shall see.
Dude, congratulations.
Thank you. I interviewed pretty well.
Was it the same one you told me about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He messaged me on Friday after morning. It was just like, you're still the front runner. And then he messaged me at 4:45 in the afternoon. It was like, you got it. I'm like, bet. So we'll see how that goes. It's part-time. It's 20 hours a week. But it'll let me save some money while I'm still getting paid on severance. And I can hopefully still work on other projects that I want to keep doing,
Okay. I mean, it's a start. It's a start.
Yeah, no, I mean, I basically just want to be able to make some money and still be able to work on projects.
Okay.
Because I have at least, one I'm still working on in the early stages that's going to take a while. It involves animation and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, that sounds like a plan, and I'm happy for you. Happy what you got going, and looking forward to seeing what you will bring to the table.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into this. So, myself, Hollywood Cinema, and his wife, Beautiful Nightmare, we all took a road trip to the Crockett Cup. Brought to you by Ring of Honor Wrestling and the National Wrestling Alliance. It's a tag team tournament. Not only was it for a beautiful Crockett Cup trophy, but it was also for the NWA Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
So we had 8 teams total, with one of the teams being decided in the form of a tag team battle royal, which was won by Royce Isaacs and Thomas Latimer. And in the midst of us watching this match, we came to realize that I don't know which one it is, but one of them is Bram.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either, but yeah, because I remember when he first came out, I was just like, because me and you were just like, that dude is really familiar.
Yeah.
And then as it went on, it was just like, oh my God, that's Bram.
Yeah, I would have thought to see him in this tournament. I was really surprised. I mean, I know I didn't really see much of him, post Impact Wrestling, but
yeah, didn't see him in anything.
But that was a big shocker because I was looking, I was like, wait a minute, that looks like Bram.
Yeah, it was very odd. Because I don't remember him. I'm trying to remember what his ring attire was for Impact. I just could have sworn it was just like regular ass shorts.
It was.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
But he had kind of like a kilt.
He had a raven kilt kind of situation.
Is he Scottish? I thought he was English.
I don't even know.
Huh. Well, he was the ex-husband of Charlotte.
Yeah. Yep.
But, that didn't go too well, and he got caught up on domestic abuse charges and kidnapping, apparently.
Yeah, that didn't go so well.
Yeah. But, yeah. Him and his tag team partner won the wild card tag team battle royal. We also had other teams, like Team CMLL, which was Guerrero Maya Jr. and Stuka Jr., which I did lead in some lucha chants.
Yeah, you did.
So I thought that was really cool, and they responded to those. So I thought that was really awesome. I have to say though that second match between Flip Gordon and Bandito versus Team CMLL was quite awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted from them.
It's interesting because I wouldn't have normally looked as at Flip Gordon and Bandito as a team, but they did pretty well as a team. I
Yeah,
was,
no, I wasn't expecting them to be a team, but I putting them together was genius.
yeah, yeah, they go really really well together, and who knows, maybe I don't know, maybe Flip Gordon may become a member of Lifeblood.
Yeah, because he doesn't really have anything that I can think of going on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he used to be part of Search and Destroy, I believe. Back
Yeah,
when the Motor City Machine Guns formed a little stable with him and Jonathan Gresham and Jay White. But we also had the Rock and Roll Express were in action.
Yeah, that was crazy. First time seeing them in something like that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I've seen them on TV a few times a long time ago, but I mean,
I've just seen them on TV.
But seeing them in action, I have to say, for how old they are, they did pretty well.
Freaking suicide dives, man.
Yeah, and they went up against the Briscoes, which
it was hilarious, and we knew what was going to happen.
Dude, you kept being such a troll with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rock and Roll
Kept
Express.
telling you, man. I was like, these boys about to get their ass whooped. And then he came out and said, "Get out of here before we whoop your ass." I loved Cornette running as soon as he told Cornette to get out of the ring, or he beat his ass too, and he ran back to the thing. It was like, "I'm out."
He ran. That was what shocked me. The dude actually ran.
It's like it was perfect. He played it perfectly because I know he was just running to get back to commentary, but it sold it so well.
Mm-hmm.
So well.
But yeah, I mean, let's be real. The Briscoes pretty much destroyed the Rock and Roll Express. I mean,
oh yeah,
Ricky Morton got bloodied up.
Yeah, rather quickly.
Yeah, goodness gracious. But it was really good to see a legendary tag team like that in person in action. You know, I was really happy to see that. You know.
Yeah, great. I loved it.
I can't say that I've gotten a chance to see the Road Warriors live, but I got the chance to see the Rock and Roll Express live.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Team Japan, Team New Japan, Satoshi Kojima and Yuji Nagata, who I did go to the meet and greet for. They didn't say much. I mean, it was pretty basic, pretty simple. They liked the fact that I had on a New Japan Pro Wrestling shirt.
They know you're a fan, man. You'd be like, I've had New Japan World forever.
Yep, that much is true. And I have to make a note. There were a lot of people there with New Japan Pro Wrestling Charlotte shirts on.
Yes, there were.
I at least spotted 12.
I was very surprised. I didn't really expect that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a unique shirt to the show that they brought here in Charlotte. So
yeah,
I mean, I thought that was pretty cool to see a whole bunch of people represent. But yeah, they went up against PCO and Brody King, which I gotta tell you, bro, like Villain Enterprises has been on fire.
Yes, they have.
Like they are literally like near unstoppable.
Yeah, they're Ring of Honor's Bullet Club, man.
Like it's crazy. Like how successful they've been so far, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense to me, just the fact that they're like the most popular and that they're still getting a little bit of rub off of, the whole Elite thing and Marty Scurll being attached to that. They're definitely getting some brush off of that.
Yeah, and the fans love PCO. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they do. But he's so insane, man. You never know what you're going to see with that guy.
Yeah, and Brody King. I mean, both of them. They may be big, but they are athletic.
Yeah, they are.
Like Brody King's got to be at least what 6'5", 6'6",
Yeah.
and PCO is maybe a little bit shorter than him. You know, maybe 6 feet or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can move and can fly, and I just hope that PCO doesn't kill himself doing them dang on sentons on the ring apron.
Yeah, he is frightening.
Like I just I just hope they. I mean, they take it up a notch, but sometimes it's like, whoa, you probably shouldn't do that again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But they definitely know how to entertain, and yeah, it was. They just really been on fire since that stable's been established. They've already they're the current ROH 6-man tag team champions. They've already been ROH tag team champions. Now they're the NWA tag team champions because they won the Crockett Cup. Spoiler alert. But what'd you think of that match with them and Team New Japan?
I thought it was really good. It was great seeing Team New Japan. I've seen them on many pay-per-views.
Right.
So it was rather nice to see it live in person. And they're still good. Like it was one of those quality things. Like, yeah, this is exactly what I expect to see.
Yeah. And I just got a little nostalgia just watching Yuji Nagata in the ring live, being that I used to see him on WCW on TV so much when he used to be paired with Sonny Ono and he had
Yeah.
feuds with Ultimo Dragon, and you know he was a former WCW television champion. Just stuff like that was just like, whoa, it's Yuji Nagata, like sort of thing. But because he was in really good shape, a young Yuji Nagata, oh man, he was in great shape.
Oh
But
God.
But and then we had the NWA Women's Championship match. So originally, Jazz was the champion, but she relinquished the title due to personal issues and actually an injury as well. I'm not sure what that injury was, but I remember it was announced in a Twitter post from the NWA official Twitter page. But we ended up having a title match between Allison Kay, aka Sienna. Goodness gracious, she's fine.
Wasn't
What's up?
was not mad at all.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
I was a googling.
Yeah. And she went up against the Wonder Woman of professional wrestling, Santana Garrett, who also is quite attractive. These two were great. These two were really great. Of course, Allison Kay ended up getting the victory. Santana Garrett wanted a handshake, but she should have known she won't go and get that from Allison Kay.
Hell no. That's not how she get down.
She does everything with class and pinkies up. But,
Yeah.
But it was great meeting them both. I chatted with Santana Garrett for a bit, and also with Allison Kay for a short bit. There wasn't really anybody at her table.
That's trash.
But dude, I was really shocked when we first got there. There weren't anybody at New Japan's table with Kojima and Nagata.
Seemed kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, like, shoot, you saw me. That's the first place I went to.
Also, kind of odd considering the fact that all those people were wearing the New Japan shirts. That was also pretty weird.
Yeah.
Like all these people wearing New Japan shirts, and you're not. Like, you guys should all be clamoring to see.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
get why they were clamoring to see Scroll. I get why all this wasn't nearly as long, but it made sense. Like I could see like the lines made sense to me, except for them, because you saw all the young people wanting to do Scroll. You saw all the like older wrestling fans that just like knew like the NWA.
Yeah.
seeing all this, they were just like, yeah, it's the champion. I'm gonna go talk to the champion real quick.
Yeah.
And then you had the older guys talking to Magnum TA and all that.
Yeah, the legends.
Yeah, it was. You could tell as soon as I saw the lines, it all made sense to me, except for the New Japan ones. I didn't expect their line to be longer just because it's New Japan, and all the New Japan shirts led me to believe, oh, you people are actually like into this. It was strange.
I mean, I will admit, I would have loved to have gotten Evil and Sonata as the team, but I mean, we still got two greats in Kojima and Nagata.
Yeah, I'll ask you a question. Do you think the line would have been longer if it was Evil and Sonata?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
Why? Like, that's the part that's weird to me. Like, we're New Japan fans, right? We're just as excited to see Evil and Sonata as we are to see them, you know? Like, it's a little different, but it's not really, because if you watch New Japan World, you see these guys wrestle every freaking show.
Yes.
Every show.
Very consistent. And, that was why I was so surprised, because, I get there, I'm like, okay, there are all the tables, and I'm like, whoa, there's, like, nobody at Nagata and Kojima's table. I'm like, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
It's, like, really, of course I saw that Marty Skull's line was the longest the entire time.
Yeah, he's the most over. He was the most over at everybody there.
But usually, at each of the ROH shows that I've been to, the meet and greet lines usually are consistently long across the board, with the exception of the one time where what's his face, Silas Young, he had nobody at his line.
And that's crazy to me.
And he was the TV champion at the time. So
I'm not the hugest fan of Silas Young, but I'd want to go see him, especially if he was champion.
Yeah, I mean, and as I was looking also with Allison Kay's line, I'm like, she's one of the other ladies there, and there wasn't anybody at her line. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's weird. Former Impact Knockouts champion and all that, just odd.
Yeah, and she was really cool, really chill, and she had her photo spread, and like I said, dude, she is fine. Like,
she a pretty lady.
Yeah. But yeah, Allison Kay was the new NWA Women's Champion, and apparently her first title defense will be at ROH Global Wars. She'll defend against Marty Bell.
There's a lot of weird contract things I just don't get.
Well, I mean,
especially when I saw with what happened in New Japan, now I'm really confused.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Companies working together that I'm not expecting to work.
Now we have a general idea of the relationship between ROH and New Japan. I'm guessing the relationship with ROH and NWA, now that Nick Aldis has been making appearances on ROH TV tapings, either as commentary or just, advertisements here or there.
Out of that show on Ring of Honor time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wasn't even subscribed to the NWA YouTube channel until I had already seen a bunch of videos through Ring of Honor's YouTube channel regarding the NWA Tag Team Tournament.
Right.
That's just like, what the hell? Like, what is happening? But when Billy, and the whole Billy side of it is weird too. I don't know. It gets weird.
Yeah. And but
I'm down. I'm totally down to see more NWA, like legit. Because as far as I'm concerned, when I think of NWA, I think of that championship that they showed, and also the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
I think of those two championships, like that little one, and then that big one, as NWA. That's what I think of first. Like when I think of, world champion. Yep, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm. And but yeah, you're right, man. Like Nick Aldis has been promoting the mess out of the Crockett Cup since it was first announced. Like,
gonna bust it open.
Yeah,
with Mark Henry and the old guy, like with his insurance policy. Yeah, it was odd. It's interesting. I'm glad that it's getting that promotion. I remember people saw my pictures and they saw like Billy Corgan. They're like, "What the hell?" And then I had to explain to them, like, "Yeah, Billy Corgan worked on Impact. They were like, because even like a guy I knew that was, he was into wrestling. I found out he was into wrestling when we were talking about it at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "What?" And we just started showing him pictures. He was like, "Man," I was like, "Oh, here's Billy Corgan." And it turns out he was a Smashing Pumpkins. Because I explained it to Beautiful Nightmare. I was like, "That's Billy Corgan." She was like, "What?" I was like, "Smashing Pumpkins."
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. He owns this shit." Because I remember hearing him after he left Impact, him wanting to buy a company, and I totally forgot that it was NWA. I totally forgot until I saw him. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right." Because he hasn't been seen since not being on Impact. He just hasn't been around. He seems to have been working on getting NWA set back up.
Yeah, ever since the falling out with, Dixie Carter and him with Impact Wrestling, yeah, like I wouldn't have initially thought he would have went all in on NWA, but I mean, as you said, he wanted to own a company, so I mean, and NWA has history and prestige.
Yeah, I mean it's to people like us. It's you say that nom when you say that name, it's like what? It's like you're like it's back. Okay, like all
Yeah.
right, please.
And we also had our share of surprises that night.
Yeah.
Um, One I would like to take note of is totally, totally unexpected. Colt Cabana defeated Willie Mack for the NWA national title.
Yes, which turns out it probably has some contract situations.
Well, that also led to the appearance of the cowboy James Storm, which I I have not seen James Storm since his last stint at Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, he's been quiet.
Yeah, I know he had a second shot at NXT, didn't go well, went back to Impact Wrestling, and that's where I last remember him. Like, and now with him being an NWA, and it's also been confirmed that yes, Colt Cabana will defend the title. His first defense will be against James Storm.
I almost thought you did it on purpose when you did Coke Cabana, Coke Cabana. Thought you were doing it on purpose. Coke Cabana.
And and I'm guessing they're gonna do that at Global Wars, perhaps.
I believe so. Yes, I believe that was what I heard. Yeah, or what I
Huh.
advertised.
Wow. Wow. So really, it seems like this upcoming Global Wars tour is not only going to showcase New Japan, but also some NWA with the titles being on the line and
Well, it looks like they're doing the same thing as they do with like New Japan and was CMLL. Well, they just kind of like okay, we'll partner, we'll get some bodies, we'll get you some press, we'll use. Although I don't know how it helps Ring of Honor, but it's interesting. It's interesting. Always interesting to me how these things work because I don't know what Ring of Honor gets out of.
so yeah, it's interesting because like if we can go back to a certain degree, we got the New Japan relationship. We got the CMLL relationship. As you can see, they've had a number of different CMLL stars, even on special tours and TV tapings.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. They
Um,
have you know who they're affiliated with when it comes to Mexico.
yes. And let us also remember they do have a relationship with Stardom as well. I mean, after
Yes,
all, they had Mayu Iwatani as their
yes,
Women of
champ.
Honor champion for a while.
True.
And not only that, when they originally had the Women of Honor Championship tournament, it featured a few stars from Stardom. I mean, shoot, Mayu Iwatani was in that. Two members of Oedo Tai were part of that. Hazuke were part of that. I'm like, not to mention they had Jenny Rose do her first round match at Stardom. You know,
Yeah.
They've had Kelly Klein in Stardom, so it's like it makes me wonder if if most of this is like contractual, or or if some of it is month to month, because it's like you see little splashes and traces of a particular promotion, in ROH here and there, and then with others it's more long term.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder what's going to happen once AEW establishes ground.
Well, AEW is working with it's not CML. Is it AAA? They're working with some Mexican. Remember they have
AAA, yeah,
AAA. Okay.
and also with the Oriental Wrestling Alliance. I think it's
and
OWA or something like that.
yeah, and you remember what all that issue where they were saying like, oh, there's an issue between like people backstage, between like Ring of Honor and New Japan and AEW, but then you see what happens with like Jericho, where it's just like, but I thought, what? Like it's confusing as shit to me.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a shot at the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Yes, at the next pay per view.
How the heck did that come about?
I don't. But see, I do remember vaguely them mentioning that he had that even though he was signed to them, he could work wherever he wanted to.
Oh, really?
But I forgot about. I just assumed they weren't going to work with him just because he was, he is AEW to the hilt, man. Like he is. I don't know. It's a very weird situation. It doesn't make a lot of sense, especially considering the bad blood that seemed to be boiling after Young Bucks and everybody's last New Japan show.
Yeah, because I mean, that's a
like remember reports were it was very frosty back there.
Yeah, because that's still a small percentage of the Bullet Club gone.
Yeah, because AEW should be affiliated with Ring of Honor in New Japan. Like, I don't know why they're not. It only makes sense to me, and I feel like eventually it probably has to happen. But it's just like, what? Like, why is that? Why was that not a thing? Why is there a problem with you guys getting stuff done? It only benefits you.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's more shirts. That's more everything. That's more eyes seeing your product who maybe wouldn't. Because you could have New Japan people on AEW shows, and that gets them in America, not just on Ring of Honor. And considering the fact that AEW is set up to have like an actual network situation instead of just being on whenever, like Ring of Honor is, I don't know why that wouldn't be enticing.
My guess is, how they're doing with like how ROH does tours like Global Wars, War of the Worlds, stuff like that. They probably might do some pay-per-view / tours where it will feature AEW.
Well, I feel like at this point you would have to do it as like an invasion kind of thing.
Probably, yeah.
Because now with those old reports of there being issues and all that crap, now if you just show up, it's just like, well, why are you here? Like, I feel like you've almost made it so that you have to do an extra storyline just to explain this.
I think it would be.
It could have just been a thing. It could have just been they were there.
I think it would be a great invasion angle for AEW to do something like that.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
But I guess we'll have to wait and see. They have their Double or Nothing pay-per-view May 25th, I believe.
Yeah, May 25th.
So I'll be in Atlanta at the time.
I will be here, but I probably will be watching it because I'll have to pay for it. And once I can get through a damn service, I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah.
I've learned my lessons, and I think about how much money I've spent and all that. I'm just like, yeah, no.
But so just to finish up with the Crockett Cup, Royce Isaacs and Thomas Latimer actually made it to the finals of this tournament. The Briscoes actually lost to the Villain Enterprises by disqualification.
Yes.
At which the Briscoes did a promo afterwards, and they just let it all out. I mean, there were like,
They went into it before they even left.
oh yeah, that's right. They jacked
The
up
ring, they were
PCO's
yelling.
arm, and Brody King took like 5 chair shots.
Yeah, he did. And it's
Yeah,
funny too. Villain Enterprises hit them behind the referee's back, so they were
exactly.
justified to be real pissed off.
Yeah, and then Jay Briscoe gave the referee a Jay Driller.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, and they just ripped into anybody and everybody. And it's funny too because they had a good bit of the crowd behind the Briscoes. Like they were actually interacting with some of the crowd.
Oh yeah, the Briscoes were loved.
Yeah,
That was perfect Briscoe territory.
but they just let it all fly. There was definitely no filter.
Oh no.
But but yeah, and then like I said, PCO and Brody King won the Crockett Cup, got a nice trophy and the NWA tag team titles. I got a high five from Brody King.
He hurt your hand.
Yeah, yeah, he swung hard. I was like, geez, dude.
Dang.
But it was cool though. It was really cool. And for the NWA Women's Title, Medusa. Ugh. Yo,
Medusa's old ass.
Medusa. While I respect her work for the business, wow. Um,
Yeah, it was
she
not the greatest sight I've ever seen.
she totally could have worn something different. I'm just saying, she could have worn
I
something.
kind of wish he had.
Yeah, like I don't know how old she is, but goodness gracious.
It was not a feast for thine eyes.
Yeah, and there was like a lot of delays in between most of her sentences. Like,
She seemed kind of out of it.
yeah,
She was someplace else in her head. Probably getting ready for her to be involved in something that didn't really come to fruition in any way.
yeah.
She was probably thinking, I'm going to give somebody a kiss for some reason.
Uh, ugh. Well,
Yeah, no, thank you. Please don't. Please don't kiss me.
anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to get that image out of our heads.
Thank God.
But you know what? One last thing, the whole setup with the arena, with the decorations, with the ring looked perfect for this event.
It looked real good.
Like, definitely had that old school vibe to it. You know, they had the banners, you know, with the challenger and the champion. And, dude, that match, wow.
It was
Like,
crazy.
it was, I really honestly thought Marty Skrull was going to pull it off.
I did too. Also thought I was going to get blood on my new hoodie.
Yeah, the champion Nick Aldis got bust open
Blood
badly.
everywhere.
Like, that was crazy. Camille tried to interfere, but Nick Aldis prevented
Okay.
that.
I
Marty
mean,
Skrull pulled a Eddie Guerrero
yes.
and got Camille thrown out. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Get out of here.
But man, I did not think Marty Skrull was gonna tap out though.
No, it was just like, what? Yeah, it was crazy,
Yeah,
man.
but that was such an excellent match. I mean, Skrull threw everything at Nick Aldis, and yet he, bloodied and all, was still able to survive.
Couldn't do it.
And then, of course, you know, they embraced, had a handshake, and they chatted each other up after the match, which was really cool. But yeah, man, overall, I did really enjoy the Crockett Cup. It was a great experience,
It was great. I loved it.
and I think what I really love the most is just how the wrestling business really is, you know, showcasing and embracing, you know, North Carolina's pro wrestling history.
Yeah, we love wrestling in the South.
Indeed. Indeed. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Great job, ROH. Great job, NWA, for bringing forth the Crockett Cup to Concord, North Carolina.
We love you.
Alrighty, let's go into some WWE.
If we have to.
Yes, we have to.
Right.
But we're gonna do things a little different. I really want to talk about this first because this is kind of a hot topic for me. So, the Money in the Bank ladder matches are set. Let's start with the ladies.
Ladies.
We have Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, Bailey, Natalia, Naomi, and Carmella. Now, first of all, I'm surprised that there were not any Money in the Bank qualifier matches. So I guess that's just wasn't going to happen from the start. So
Would they have had in those matches though? They got nobody. Main roster's got jack shit. It should have been including also the women from NXT, but oop.
Yeah, I mean,
and the smart thing to do. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, okay, we want to include this also for NXT women. Everybody, like we're gonna have qualifier matches, have some NXT girls show up on Raw and SmackDown to get some more eyes on them just for at least a little bit, and then move on, man. Like prepare people to see these women later because they will.
Yeah, but they only went with 4 from Raw and 4 from SmackDown.
Straight trash.
I mean, it would have been nice even if they could have done like 2 from NXT, 2 from NXT UK.
I would have whatever. Maybe we want them to stay away from NXT.
Yeah,
it'd be smarter for us to want them to stay away.
But as I go through each of these women, I honestly feel like one of these 3 will win Money in the Bank. Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, or Dana Brooke.
Yeah, I mean Dana Brooke, I don't know. I still can't see it. Just even as like it's like nice. I just see her getting attacked before anything happens.
Oh, you mean kind of like the Lana treatment?
Yeah, attack her, and you can insert whoever you want to. It could be Lacey Evans if she loses, or Charlotte be later, but it'll be something like that. I don't feel like they're actually going to go in full bore with that at all.
Well, if they do, I guess she's supposedly getting pushed as sort of like the underdog Cinderella story type competitor. And I mean, let's also remember, Triple H was very high on her going into NXT, which led them to sign her. My thing is, I really don't feel like enough time has been put on the main roster developing her character.
I know she doesn't have anything. Anytime they give her something, they get rid of it. They had the thing with Titus Worldwide, and it went nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
They literally didn't want to do anything with it. It's like, well, why'd you even give it to her? Like, you actually gave her a character that could have been, broadened a tag team, but you didn't want to make them champions because why would you do that? You wanted to laugh at them instead.
I really feel like she should have had more time as a solo wrestler out and not partnered up with somebody or in a stable. I really feel like that would have been better for her.
I would have been fine if she had been brought up into the stable if they had her be like the Batista of the group. Like, take advantage of the fact that she looks like she's strong, or she doesn't look that strong anymore. She's a lot smaller than she used to be.
But she gained some weight.
Yeah, if they had taken advantage of the way she looked when she first got in, where she looked stocky.
Yeah.
It would she could have been something of that ilk, but they had nothing.
Yeah, and they didn't really do a good job of building and showcasing her in the start because they did for a bit, and then Asuka
NXT,
arrived.
and in NXT, they did a good job until Asuka got there. You're right.
Yeah,
But,
and
but but until she got there, she was being showcased the way that kind of wrestler should be showcased.
yeah,
She
yeah,
felt like Kenny Ryback,
yeah, yeah.
but
I
with
can
a
agree
better
with that.
interview. But with a much better interview than Ryback had at that time.
But I don't know. I just got that small percentage of maybe them pulling the trigger and out of nowhere Dana Brooke wins Money in the Bank. I mean,
And
it's
even if she,
very. Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm just thinking. I'm just like, yo, I don't know, man. She did that thing so. I feel like it would be just to put it on there because they have nothing else for anybody else.
Hmm.
Because I still don't think they would do anything with her.
Yeah. Um, Mandy Rose, Vince's girl.
Yeah, she looks the part. Good lord,
Yeah.
googity moogity.
Could you see her winning Money in the Bank?
I would love to see her do anything. I'm whatever about her winning Money in the Bank. She would be, if not Ember. I would do two choices, either her or Ember Moon, because those are the two that, whether or not they win, they should be bumped up. They need to be bumped up so they can be considered in the same class as the. If you're trying to do a singles women division, you need female stars. You can't have it only be three.
Yeah.
And four if you include Alexa. You can't just have it be four people.
You,
It's that is the easiest way and has been the easiest way that they've killed all momentum they've ever gained from the women's division. They
mhm.
always only keep it to four, and they can't see themselves and they can't write for any more than four women at a time.
Mhm.
And even then it's sketchy.
I feel like me personally, out of the group, I feel like Ember Moon deserves it the most. But you know what? I think would keep the WWE from putting a title on her.
She black.
More so, she's small. She is one of the smallest
And like
of the
Alexa's
group.
small as shit.
Yeah, but she's she's
She
she's
half the
blonde
stuff.
though.
Well, yeah, Vince love his white blonde ladies, but she doesn't do half the stuff. She's not able to do half the stuff that Ember Moon can do in a match.
Because Triple H has no problem putting the NXT Women's title on her.
I
But
mean, maybe the fact that she's got the new blonde little thing on top of her hair now. She got that little blonde section on the top. Maybe that'll be enough.
yeah, and
I just
like
they need to do something with her, man. She's getting Bray Wyatt's level of I don't give a shit.
I
I mean, not anymore. But
mean,
Bray Wyatt is my favorite part of any of this damn bullshit I have to watch now.
I mean,
So
it could have been nice if if Asuka was in a tag team, they could have renewed that rivalry. Now that Ember Moon's on SmackDown,
yeah,
like
yep. They
that
got nothing.
that could have been the time where Ember Moon actually does it and beats Asuka.
That would have been great, but they had no interest in telling that story.
Yeah, but I definitely think Ember Moon deserves to win Money in the Bank. Alexa, no, no. If she wins, I'm gonna be upset.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh, I just thought about it. If
hmm
Ember wins the Money in the Bank and Charlotte wins that belt, we can have Charlotte versus Ember. But here's the thing, too, though. I don't think Ember really needs to have. She doesn't need the Money in the Bank championship opportunity to get a championship opportunity, right?
you say that, but
She shouldn't. I feel like she should. Because she's generally put in these weird positions, even as a character,
yeah,
that she's respected because she first night on Raw, she comes in and is given a match against I forgot who, but she's featured. She's featured for weeks on weeks on weeks, then doesn't do anything. Then she's featured again weeks on weeks on weeks, just to get ready for a battle royale. It's like they just keep messing with it. Like her character is enough that she doesn't really need to have anything to put her in these positions because they consistently do. It's just that usually the rug is pulled out from underneath her very quickly before anything gets going.
You think she needs to be a heel?
I don't want to see her as a heel, to be honest with you. If she's a heel, she definitely can't win. Because I don't see her being a heel going up against Becky. She can only be a face going up against Charlotte. Yeah. She's a smack. That's her only way of doing anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I really hope, and like I said, you have a point though. I just feel like because she had been showcased many times before and had been winning matches to the point where she deserved the title shot, yet she didn't really get that title shot.
And it felt like it was always bad timing because they were always more interested in another storyline. And then got there, then that was sure as hell won't happen.
And then, of course, she was partnered with Nia Jax.
Yeah, which made no sense. And then she turned heel on her for nothing.
Yeah.
And it just was like, all right. Like it felt like bad timing every time stuff would start get going for her.
Show us. Bailey, what do you think her chances are?
Are you being funny?
No, like I'm going through each of these ladies.
It's Bailey. They got nothing for this lady.
Yeah,
I feel bad for her.
Thank you.
I want her to go to Impact. I want her to go to Impact so bad.
Jeez, already?
Anybody, man. Bailey doesn't need to be there. She's never going to be given. That one championship run she had was it. That was it. That's all she's ever going to have. She's done. She's done. They're never going to do anything else with her.
Dang.
And you know it, and I know it.
So it's over for Bailey.
You really think you see them doing something with Bailey?
Maybe not now.
When? 5 years from now?
Probably.
When Ronda's back? When Ronda's back and killing everybody? No.
She might be the resident jobber.
I know. That's why I want her to get the fuck out of there. She needs to get out of there.
Fair point.
I get some people just aren't meant to be stars, but damn.
Yeah.
Like, give the girl a chance.
Yeah, I agree. Natalya.
The same goes from Bailey. The same thing, except for she could stay in WWE because she's been a jobber for most of her career. She's fine.
I could see her end up being a performance center coach.
Yeah, she's going to have a job with them forever.
Yeah, I mean,
guarantee it.
Being part of the Hart family, yeah.
No, she'll have a job forever. She's had her championship runs, and that's all she's gonna get.
Yeah. Naomi?
Hell no.
Well, she's a two-time champion, so
yeah, they are not. That makes me think that they're definitely not doing anything with her. Like the people who've already. Here's the thing about the Money in the Bank thing. Once you have people win that shit twice, it's a wrap. Because if they... Okay, so just even in the men's, if Baron Corbin wins and then loses again, it's over.
Yeah.
It's not over for him because he'll still get pushed, even though he won't have warranted it at all by storyline ideas or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But they will still push him just because. Because Vince apparently likes him. He's like, fuck it, do
it. And then Carmella, last year's Money in the Bank winner.
Nope, they got nothing for her too.
Yeah. Well, at least she won't have James Ellsworth to cheat.
Yeah, I don't really want to wish this on Ember Moon, but I would have been fine with Ember Moon and Naomi as a tag team. All really? Jumping around and doing wild shit. Those two imagine those two versus Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Ember Moon and Naomi.
Versus Kairi Sane and Asuka. That match wouldn't blow your tits off. You mean to tell me they'll be doing wild ass jumping shit over top ropes and doing like Uso splashes and shit, and like a 2 bubble butt bump between Asuka and Naomi while Ember Moon is jumping onto Kairi Sane to the ring floor? You mean tell me you don't want to see that? You don't want to see Kairi Sane getting some crazy ass? Oh, I see it now. Asuka goes for the Asuka lock, and then Kairi Sane gives old girl the elbow while she's in the Asuka lock. It's over. Wrap. It's a wrap.
But Naomi and Ember Moon gimmicks don't really complement each other.
Either did Goldust or Booker T. Sometimes when you pair 2 random shits together, it works. And they both have weird entrances. You can play off the fact that is visually appealing. When you have Ember Moon come out with all the fucking fog and all the shit, and then she stops as the fog rolls in, and then the neon goes, the dark and the light, get out, man, get out of here. Get out of here.
Okay, I'll admit that would be an incredible tag team match. I'll admit.
It'd be literally the most athletic tag team in that damn company.
You think that'd be pay-per-view title shot worthy?
I would always have. Dude, they'd be the new Hardy Boys.
What, Naomi and Ember Moon?
They'd be similar to me. Female Hardy Boys doing wild shit.
Yeah, and let's also remember that Asuka, strong style, and Kairi's strong style / high flyer.
Thank you. You don't want to see that in a ladder match? You don't want to see that in a tag team table match?
You're right. Why do you have to always make sense? You're right.
I don't know, man. I'm a logical dude, and when I see booking potential, I see that shit. I see it.
So, you would definitely want to see that more than the Iconics in any tag team match?
Right now, yes. Iconics are just they've already cast their die on what they're going to do with them, and they're just the B team. They're the female B team. I'm good. I'm over it. I'm over this experiment. I'm done with it. I want Asuka and Kairi Sane to win their first time going for the belts. I want it to be over.
Yeah, but something tells me they're probably not going to win the first meeting.
I'm so miserable with what they're doing that I know that they're not going to do that.
I mean, they're probably going to do something like use hairspray and cheat or something like that.
I would prefer that to them losing clean every week.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. What's really scary is they put Asuka and Kairi Sane in a match with jobbers, and it really showcased more of what Asuka and Kairi Sane can do as a tag team.
Yes.
And honestly, I kind of fear for the Iconics, because if they're not like establishing themselves as a threat and just, spending too much time making fun of other teams and such, they're on paper they should get destroyed.
You know what it feels like? It feels like they've just grafted the Carmella model onto the Iconics.
Yeah.
They're not credible in a regular match. They're only credible on the microphone and talking shit, but they somehow cheat to get out of it. It's classic heel 101. The more miserable you make the fans, the more they're excited when they finally lose.
And there was even somebody that commented on what if Paige were to screw Asuka and Kairi out of the tag titles and jump ship to the Iconics.
That would be the most interesting version of that story. If you want to be real, that'd be the most interesting way to do that story. Because I don't think Kairi and it really doesn't make any sense for those three to be put together. Only way it makes sense is if you have Paige turn on them. Honestly.
Oh, so you do agree? Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise, what's the story? Oh, Paige just decided to do that. Okay. Like, how? Why? What? it makes more sense if she's just doing it to. But then again, it doesn't. That doesn't make any sense either. Just the way they presented it so far, it wouldn't make any sense. But I would prefer that outcome at this point. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're
It
right
just
on like the way that it was presented. Because Paige presented as in, I got a killer tag team that's going to throw you and take those titles away from you, and you know that
yeah,
was directed at the Iconics. So
exactly. Because she was watching their match against the Jobbers, and she was basically downgrading their match, and just the way it was presented, I was not. I'd have been fine if it had been like those two had decided to get together, and then they lose a match to the Iconics by cheating, and then Paige comes out, helps to counteract that cheating. And then Kairi Sane and them win,
mm-hmm.
and then they lose. Like they win the championships, and then they lose them, and then we have Paige turn on them to get the belts back because the Iconics wanted to be the first two-time women's champions, like that kind of thing. But that's the way I would do it.
Yeah,
Is as a big ploy to get them as two-time champions and to make. And their idea would be to like, oh, we're trying to make Kyrie and them look stupid because they thought they could come in here and take us out, like that kind of thing. I'd be fine with that, but they can't now. If they've already cast a die in it being a nonsensical pairing of just a random former wrestler deciding to pair two people together, that should be able to pair together without her.
But and we got some fans that are for Asuka in this tag team, and some that are against it.
It gives her something to do. I don't know why you wouldn't want Asuka to be in something. It gives her something to do, and she can win. We've seen what they do when she's by herself.
Yeah, and that's the complaint that those that disagree say. It's like, like 2 months ago, she was the freaking SmackDown Women's Champion, and it's like, what the heck? You know what I mean? So I kind of get it.
I get it, but it's a prop. They needed that storyline. That storyline's done. That version of Asuka's out over here. Now they have to basically depower her into a tag team situation, which is odd, yes, but it's where they've written themselves at this point.
Yeah. And I'm sure maybe at some point, maybe in the future, Asuka may try to go after the Raw Women's title since she's never been Raw Women's Champion. So we'll see.
She'll get drafted eventually, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if she's still in the company by the time it happens.
Oh yeah, good point. And now for the men, Money in the Bank.
Straight train.
So we have Andrade, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, Ali, and Randy Orton.
Why is Finn in this match?
I have no flipping idea.
It is stupid.
Well, I guess the Intercontinental title won't be defended. I don't have Money in the Bank.
Which is dumb.
So, who would you be okay with winning the men's Money in the Bank?
I want a redo.
You just want a whole redo of the competitors?
I take out about half them motherfuckers. I don't want. Oh God, I don't want Baron in there to be the heat sponge that he's going to be, because that the only reason he's in this thing is to just crank the dial up on the booze. Because as soon as he starts climbing or touches a ladder, he's getting booed out of the building.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he's in this match. Because they know what they're doing, man. They know nobody wants Baron Corbin in that position, and just the threat of it alone makes it enticing to watch through fingertips.
Yeah.
It's like no. But I mean that's TV. But I don't give a shit. I don't want him. I don't want him. Stop giving him to me. He's not worth it. He's a mid-carder.
And you know what? I do have that bad feeling that he might end up winning the Money in
And
the
he,
Bank.
and to be honest, odds on favorite should be him because that's what WWE likes to do to us.
Yep.
At this point, wouldn't surprise me. I definitely expect it because I know it ain't gonna be Ricochet. I know it ain't gonna be Braun again because what are they gonna do with that? Like it's just it for me. It goes the ranking goes Baron Corbin number one, number
Hmm.
two Drew McIntyre, number three I don't give a shit, and so forth and so forth.
Oh man, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, and I also forgot other people who were in the match because I don't care.
So going down the list, Andrade, um,
Not happening.
you don't think he has a chance?
I love Andrade. That would be my preferred choice.
Uh huh.
I don't see it happening
Like yeah.
because
Oh, go ahead.
they. Well, no, my only reason is because they literally had to write a reason for him to go back over to SmackDown, and it was because of Intercontinental Championship. So if he gets that damn Money in the Bank Championship opportunity, you would think he would go for the Intercontinental Championship. But in doing so, that would be the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, and I think that's
See what I'm saying?
probably
This is weird.
and I think that's probably why he may not win it because I think they want to keep him in the Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah. So already right now, I know you're putting mid carders in here, like Ricochet, Aleister Black, and him.
No, Aleister Black's not on here.
Oh yeah, he's not. He ain't got shit. Damn, Aleister, you get taken to the tag team. You don't even get a damn pay-per-view match. What the fuck?
Honestly, he should be in there instead of Finn Balor.
He really should. I don't know why he's not. But yeah, you put in Finn. You put mid carders in there, which they always do every year to pad it, because you're thinking, well, one of these mid carders is gonna get bumped up, right? Right. But then you see motherfuckers like Braun and damn Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin is like, what the fuck?
Which is,
You three are the main event of Raw most of the time.
yeah, and Randy
You guys
Orton. Let's not forget Randy Orton.
Drew McIntyre has been built up like a mid carder. He hasn't been built up in the way that a main eventer would be, but he's a main eventer.
Yes.
Only in TV. Not main eventing of pay-per-views, but he's a main eventer as far as that Raw brand goes. He's in the top 10 of the, I would say top 5 as far as their main event bingo ball choices that they go through, and their booking. Oh God, I hate their booking. Yeah, I don't even know who else is in this shit, but I keep stopping you probably because that's why I don't know.
So you say no to Andrade. You definitely say no to Ricochet.
No to Finn.
No to Finn.
Ain't
No to Braun.
No, that'd be such a waste of time again.
No to Randy Orton.
Why is Randy in this freaking match? Because if he wins it, I'm canceling my WWE Network subscription.
Dang, dude.
I'm not playing. I didn't even say it for Baron Corbin's dumbass because I know that's going to happen and I'll just have to cancel it. But if Randy Orton wins it, I'm out. That just shows me you're giving me the double bird and daring. You're daring me to delete that shit off of all of my devices.
Dude, part of me kind of wants to see what your reaction would look like.
I'm going to freak out.
Like
I'm
worse than me when Shayna retained.
Yeah, I'm gonna do more than just curse once. I'm gonna curse a lot, and then I'm going to go through. I'm gonna go to bedroom, go to my Xbox, and delete the WWE Network app. I'm coming back in here. I'm deleting that shit from my PlayStation. I'm deleting it from both of my Amazon Fire Cubes. I will not. That would be on the level of my losing my shit. Will be like when Hulk Hogan beat Triple H at the WrestleMania for the Undisputed Championship, and I stopped watching until literally until Hulk Hogan dropped that championship.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I will not watch this shit until he loses that belt. I will not watch it. And I did not watch it until he lost it.
Yeah.
I did not go back. I didn't buy that pay-per-view. I was like, no, wait. You let me know he ain't got it, I'm there.
So,
I swear.
so if it's Randy Orton, you out.
I'm out, dude. That'd be such a friggin' colossal, just like backslide. I couldn't take it.
Right.
I'd already be annoyed if Baron Corbin, even Drew McIntyre. I feel Drew McIntyre would be boring as shit. But I want to like Drew McIntyre, but they actively make me not.
Well, oh yeah, one more. Ali.
No. No, that's not gonna happen.
He might do something crazy like do a 054 off the top of the ladder.
He's gonna do a weird Kofi spot where he puts somebody or gets put through a damn ladder. I'm just hoping Randy doesn't kill him during that match because Randy's rough with that boy.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. I'm hoping mostly people don't get it. I don't get. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't give a shit if Baron Corbin gets injured. Don't give a shit. Randy Orton gets hurt. I don't give a shit. But I mean, I give a shit, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So my pick is Drew McIntyre. To be honest with you,
of course, he's your favorite.
I mean,
you are the president of the Drew McIntyre fan club.
But the tough part is with Braun Strowman in there, like
fricks up everything, and it's probably going to set up another storyline. It'll probably be the thing they use to set up his next story. Yeah, because they always do that.
Yeah,
because he's got jack shit right now. He's got no story to speak of. When he should be your third top baby face until AJ goes heel.
Yeah, which that'll be interesting. But to quickly go over some matches, I guess that kind of stood out. So, the Usos beat the Club, which
trash. Well, I want the Club out there to help AJ. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Right there, man. Wait up.
And the Viking Raiders defeated the Lucha House Party.
Yeah, they're heels. I don't know why they keep acting like they're not.
Yeah. Naomi beat Alexa Bliss.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was interesting. And shoot, even Rey Mysterio defeated Samoa Joe. Like
that the same point was as well.
And at least we got to see Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans brawl some more.
Yeah, at least it's looking better every time they have it. Because, oh boy, they have had a lot of work on this shit.
And the Bray Wyatt gimmick,
I love it. It's the most interesting ever.
It's They're
going to have to do something soon, but so far I'm into it. But they're going to have to. It reminds me of old WWF.
Yeah.
I like watching Superstars and watching all those promos because Superstars was just, promos mostly. I mean, that's 90% of what it was promos leading into 3 matches that were just matches, and the occasional main event would be an actual match, but usually it would not be.
Oh, and also realize that Alicia Fox is back from last week. She's back from injury.
Yeah, that ugly ass match she put on.
Yeah, she needs to be done too.
Yeah, she does.
Haven't seen a Mickie James match yet since she, because you remember she got moved to SmackDown.
Yeah, well, that's when you could have had matches to qualify, but
yeah. SmackDown. Well, We know what KO's true feelings are about Kofi Kingston.
Yes, he sounds like he's talking for Vince.
Yep.
That's what everybody sounds like now, man. Sammy sounds like it's Vince talking. Um, Especially when he put that thing up about the friggin' entitlement, and I'm like, okay, so are you that mad about Sasha? Are you that mad about these wrestlers wanting money and wanting to be portrayed correctly?
Let's see. Okay, let me ask you this, since you brought that up. Between Lio Rush and Sasha Banks, like, do they really compare?
I don't. I think Leo's a little bit different. I mean, not really, to be honest with you, not really, just on the face of it. But, and I'll even tell you this: I listened to Booker T's thoughts on it, and to be honest, he does have a good point about like he's like, "Yo, Sasha, you've been featured. Like, unfortunately, she happened to come in the same time as Charlotte, so a lot of her being featured was at the expense of Charlotte, or no, was her at the expense of Charlotte. Charlotte got over because Charlotte needed a rub, and she needed to be, made credible, and Sasha was used as that, which is fine. It's normal. It's like there's the Ricky Steamboats to the Ric Flairs. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
Where just you're not going to go above a certain point.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And I get her being mad though about being told something, but she should have known that would probably be the case because of the way they portrayed it. It surprised nobody.
And not only that, you got to remember the women's tag team titles are their newest championships. So it's like that's another thing you got to factor in.
Yeah, I would think they would want to, make them credible, but I mean, shit, they do what they want to do.
And then again, a lot of people don't even like the combination of Sasha Banks and Bayley. So
no, I feel like they mostly just ruined that. Just in general, they messed that up so bad with their last storyline that it doesn't surprise me. People are just like, nah. Yeah, and also they did nothing with them. They had no personality. They had no real segments. They were, nothing.
And it all led up to Sasha Banks confessing her feelings to Bayley.
Yeah, like they were in love with each other for a second. That was really weird.
And then Lio Rush.
And Leo's is I get him wanting to portray a certain thing, but it's just like you didn't want to deal with a little bit of hazing though. That's the part I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like his is a little bit different to me, and because of that.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Lio Rush is a beast in the ring. He's a beast in the ring. Like, incredible talent. My thing is this. Pay your dues.
Yeah, he's been in the company for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I mean, you would think he would have learned after the Twitter shaming of Emma.
Yeah.
But here's what doesn't sit right with me. One, the fact that, had a chance to kind of, squash things, and he got a contract offer. But nah, he wanted double the money. He felt like he was double the money price.
I'm like, okay, bro, you ain't been on TV like that.
Exactly.
Generated that much money like that. You can't even prove that you generated that much money.
Yeah. And secondly, the fact that, he was talking about, he's been broke, consistently. And I'm like, dude, what the heck are you spending your money on? Like, I mean, he has a wife, he has 2 kids, and it's like, you work for the WWE. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't have its disadvantages and its rough times, but you work for the WWE, like, I don't know. I just feel like he needs to rethink a lot of what he has said and he needs to fix things ASAP. Now, I hope that, because I heard that the plan was possibly ship him back to NXT. If they do that, I really hope he takes it serious to the point where he reestablishes himself and can, build his stock back up. Otherwise, he's going to have a quick exit from WWE.
Yeah, my thing is like him. Basically, in his thing, he would be literally getting demoted, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that guy with that ego is going to be able to handle that.
Well,
Especially, you know what I'm saying? Like that guy's already having an issue. Apparently, the way that they're describing it, I don't see how that gets better.
well,
At this point, now that he's already just like, I don't know. I do not see that getting any better.
well, he's not gonna be shown on Raw, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
Yeah. So, more with SmackDown. Becky Lynch defeated Bayley. Poor Bayley. Hardy Boys had to relinquish the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and then Lars Sullivan attacked. Yeah.
giving him the rub. I just don't. I mean, other than Matt Hardy Lars Sullivan feud, that's the only way it can go. But all it feels like is, oh, we're doing the Brock Lesnar thing again. Okay,
Yeah.
you're doing that all over again. All right, gotcha. And once again, you're doing the exact same thing again.
I see. And of course, we talked earlier already about Kairi Sane and Asuka. So Roman Reigns went up against the B team with Elias as special guest referee, and still got the victory, but that was kind of weird.
It was bad. It was kind of classic Roman Reigns program.
Yeah.
He mostly looks dominant the entire time, and he just kind of all of a sudden does a couple moves. He usually looks dominant, and then something like the other guys take the numbers advantage and keep him from taking full advantage, and then he wins.
Yeah.
Every time that, and I was watching a What Culture video, and they were just like, it was What Culture or Cultaholic, I don't remember, but they were just kind of being like, if you want to get Roman Reigns booed again, keep booking him like this.
Yeah, pretty
You're
much.
booking him the exact same way, and that's all it's going to do is get him booed all over again, and you're going to be like, what? And it's going to be like, you did it, you're doing it. You're just shoving it back in my face. It's just like, I don't believe for a second he's going to lose this damn match. At all. None of it.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, the B team, for crying out loud. Come on now.
It's not like you're bringing in some hot. Not like he's fighting like the old school Bash Brothers, whatever the hell her name was, Bludgeon Brothers. Like they haven't built up the B team to be world beaters and then get beaten by. They bring us some jobbers that just have T-shirts that we can buy in the store and have them get beat by Roman. Who gives a shit?
Finn Balor and Ali defeated the combination of Randy Orton and Andrade.
Yeah, because we got Money in the Bank coming. Woo!
And then, of course, Kofi Kingston got some revenge on Kevin Owens. So
yeah, he got to stop taking his shirt off.
But now they really need to start getting and building Kofi up as champion. But if the rumor is true, probably won't be champion for much longer.
No, I won't be surprised if people use that Money in the Bank. I think they're like, yeah, we did it. We're done. We don't want to do this anymore. We got Roman here. We don't need Kofi. We got Roman.
And remember, Daniel Bryan is now cleared to return.
Yeah. Now we can do Dan Bryan versus Kevin Owens to be two heels going against each other, which makes no sense. I mean, Kofi will still be around just to eat some pins. But
And even some people want Big E to come back and turn on Kofi.
Yeah, I don't want that at all. I don't want Big E. I don't want New Day breaking up like that.
Yeah, same here.
It wouldn't fit.
But okay, let's see into SmackDown. 205 Live. Tony Nese has been working some great matches. The Singh brothers competed, so it was another cruiserweight tag team inserted into the picture.
Yeah, no tag team championship.
Yeah, right on. Of course, Drew Gulak and Tony Nese had a match, which Nese won. Great match. Really, really great, hard-fought match. But, yeah, 205 Live still putting on great matches. Let's see. Wait, are you still there? Oh, okay, cool. NXT. Actually, NXT UK. So, Mansoor had a match against Travis Banks, with Travis Banks getting the victory. Which, dang, that was really side by side because Mansoor recently just had a match with Donovan Dijakovic on NXT.
Yeah.
So it looks like we'll be seeing more of Mansoor. Piper Niven defeated Reina Gonzalez. Reina Gonzalez making an appearance on NXT UK.
Yeah, she makes 2 appearances on NXT show.
Yeah. And then
she signed officially
to NXT UK.
NXT.
Oh yeah. And then Walter defeated the Ace, the Irish Ace, Jordan Devlin, which I figured was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm sure probably most likely Pete Dunne will get a rematch for the title, and then Jordan Devlin will get a title shot.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what I think will happen. Because I think
with Devlin, he has the unfortunate demeanor of honor of being there when Walter is out.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But let's see. And I'm sure we can look forward to a Rhea Ripley Piper Niven showdown.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Double trouble. Hello.
That'll be the battle of the thickies.
Battle of my favorites.
Wow.
Hi.
What's wrong with you?
I'm wrong, man. I love those two. They're my favorite.
Anyway, regular NXT. So, my main man, the time splitter Kushida debuted on NXT and defeated the knockout artist Cassius Ohno, making him tap out to the hoverboard lock.
I literally almost said he beat. Oh, I was thinking of the damn taping. I was about to say who he beats next week.
All right now.
I'm being good.
But I love Kushida's entrance.
It's very Kushida.
Yeah, he had a really cool entrance. But yeah, that was a really good match. He got a little bit bloodied up, but
got that nose bloody.
Yeah, But still got a nice, good match and a victory over Cassius Ohno. I was happy.
Of course you were. He won.
Um, and as I said before, Dominic Dijakovic defeated Mansoor.
Y'all know what the hell they're doing now.
Yeah, and
With who's going to be on Takeover, it seems like he's being dropped. But maybe he could get involved at Takeover.
maybe so. Forgotten Sons reign supreme as they defeated Humberto Carrillo, Oni Lorcan, and Danny Burch. So still building their stock up. Bianca Belair and Mia Yim exchanged some verbal sparring at the Performance Center.
Match soon.
So that ought to be good.
Yeah,
Mia
you'll
Yim
love
and Bianca Belair.
You'll love it, Jason. I'm telling you right now, I can see the future.
No, you could cheat and see spoilers. That's what you saw.
Yeah.
Cheater.
You'll love it.
But yeah, and I hope Io Shirai gets some revenge because she had a backstage interview and got attacked by Shayna Baszler and Jessamine and Marina.
Yeah, I won't say anything pretty quick.
But yeah, I mean, they got to start really building some stuff to Takeover, which is June 1st, day after my birthday. So, and I believe you told me already that it's San Jose.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. But yeah. I know we got Money in the Bank in 2 weeks, and then deep down inside you do.
Only because I could be canceling my subscription.
Oh my goodness.
I know it ain't gonna happen, but I am kind of excited for the prospect of canceling it. Because then I will 100% go to Impact Plus and be like, holler!
So, a little bit of info on Worlds Collide. The most recent battle royals they had, Roderick Strong won the men's. Bianca Belair won the women's.
I didn't even know those things were still going on.
Well, dude, when they originally announced them, there were like 4 or 5 that were announced.
I totally forgot. See, that shows how much I care.
Yeah, because remember, one of them involved Io Shirai losing to Sonya Deville.
Yes. I have watched none of them because once they had Luke Harper in there, and I was like, oh, that's nothing.
Actually, that match was a great match between him and Dominic Dijakovic. That was actually a great match.
I mean, friggin' Luke Harper's awesome. Of course it was. I just knew it wasn't going to mean anything.
Yeah. But, I mean, some of the Worlds Collide stuff was good. I mean, if anything, I was happy to see a lot of faces being showcased, especially in the women's battle royale. I mean, we got to see folks like more Casey Catanzaro, more Jesse Alban, Reina Gonzalez. Got to see some ladies, some really good ladies showcased. Tainara Conti, Xia Li.
You can't get on TV. Well, Xia Li's going to be on TV soon.
Oh, yeah. She's already gotten a start on that.
She's going to be on TV, and she's going to do good. You'll be happy.
Apparently, at house shows... What's up?
Has Xia Li won on TV yet? That you've seen?
No. The only victory I've seen her win is in the Mae Young Classic and at house show.
Well, sir. You keep an eye on her, then. I'll say that.
Well, I know in the most recent house shows, she's been teaming up with Karen Q.
Oh, she got a solo match coming, sir.
Oh, good.
Yeah, get on that win column. What? Oh, excuse me.
So, win for Spicy Bubble Tush.
Yes, your other girl.
No, that is that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
White spoke.
Um, but yeah. So I do wonder who they're gonna start building up to challenge for these titles at Takeover San Jose.
Oh, you already know. I told you.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you didn't.
Well, do you want me to? I can.
Off camera.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Um. So Jeff Hardy had successful surgery, but honestly, is there really any point for him to come back?
Not really.
Nah. I think he should hang it up.
Call it.
Him and Matt.
Yeah. Well, Matt can still go. I'm fine with Matt staying.
And then Nia Jax had successful double ACL surgery.
Nice.
And I think give it a couple of more months or so, and Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox will be able to return.
Bray Wyatt says that he's trying to get Luke Harper on Firefly Funhouse.
Oh God. Oh God. But maybe Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox will return together as a team.
Maybe. Ooh, Willie Mack signs a multi-year deal with Impact Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Right on, right on. But but yeah, man, I really enjoyed the Stardom Cinderella tournament. It was very entertaining. Tony Storm was there. She was one of the hosts or one of the special guests for this tournament. And just to give you kind of an idea, the Cinderella tournament, the winner gets a dress and can challenge for any championship of their desire.
Oh, very nice.
So, yeah, sometime, we can use my account and have to show you some Stardom, just a little bit of Stardom, just so you get a taste of what it's like.
Yeah, a little ticket taste.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yo. Oh, sorry. I was just reading a tweet from Jericho on the Leo Rush thing where a fan was saying, like, oh, if I was a big star, I would never make young talent do it. Make young guys carry my bags. It's humiliation. And Chris Jericho basically says, hey, man, I never once made them do it, but they did. I was showing respect every day. To disrespect vets in any way is taboo in our biz. So, Leo,
Mm.
Leo, that's not good, man. That's not good for you. If people outside and other companies that are literally setting themselves up to be the second tier, the second option, their top guy is saying, yeah, you can't disrespect people. It's not great. That doesn't make me feel like they're going to be looking to bring you in, buddy.
Yeah, Leo Rush is just adding more fire.
Yeah.
More fuel to the fire.
Yeah, because if it ends up like, because now just with that being out there, it kind of poisons the waters against him everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, crap. Hold up.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Mojo debuted a different look on Main Event.
Mojo Rawley?
Yeah, he had new music. Yeah, this week's Main Event, he has a completely different look than the one he had when he last showed up April 8th with the weird face paint. And he's got new gear and it has a different theme song. And he beat Heath Slater in the opening match.
Oh, dang. What's up with that?
I don't know.
That's. Huh. I have to check that out. But do you have anything else? That's pretty much it.
Nah, I was just looking over some news in case I had anything else to add. But I didn't. I used it all.
But like I said, wrestling Taku is currently going on, the New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we'll probably touch on that next time we do the podcast. Also, like I said, Money in the Bank is not till May 19th.
Yeah.
And
we got more weeks of shitty TV to get through.
yeah, and I'll be in Charlotte for the Queens of Combat show the day before Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know too many other shows coming up, or at least nothing here around here.
No, not that I've seen. Nothing.
So hopefully some stuff will get booked for the fall. I'd love to go to another NXT show.
That'd be the greatest.
Yeah, or shoot, another ROH show. It don't matter.
Anybody.
But any final words?
No.
Well, that was quite a action-packed episode of the Team GOWGO Wrestling Podcast. I do have one last thing, actually.
What?
So, that was pretty jacked up about WWE pitching a fit and getting Kurt Angle pulled from the WrestleCade convention because of his quote-unquote ties to AEW, even though he doesn't have any ties to AEW.
Didn't surprise me in the least, unfortunately.
Like, Vince and them are so petty.
They are scared to death.
I mean, they didn't have any problem with it last year when dang on Jerry the King Lawler and Kane were at WrestleCade.
Nope. But, of course, they gave a crap now because now AEW's got a TV show that they're getting ready to promote on Double or Nothing, and they can't have it.
Well, and now rumor has it that WWE will not release anybody that is considering going to AEW.
Anybody they consider to be a threat, which is like, oh, that's good reason to keep people around. Great reason.
Yeah.
I can't believe people don't want to work for you. That's crazy.
Vince is probably not bothered by it, but then a part of me feels like, all right, when it blows up, when it really blows up, what is he going to do?
He's going to be like, he'll do what he did when he blamed low rating, like their stock stuff going down and losing money. Him just saying that it's because people are hurt. There's 13 hurt talent. I'm like, no, man, your shows are trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at trash. All of this has been trash.
And the thing is, if ratings have been going down for like the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, they are substantially down now.
And now, honestly, if that continues like that, I mean, it's at the point where Impact Wrestling's ratings are higher.
Yeah, and it's a better show.
And if it gets to that point, it would not shock me one bit if Fox backed out of its deal.
It would serve them right, to be honest with you. They should face repercussions for this kind of dumb crap they're doing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to, because Vince isn't going to learn any other way. Until he sees, because most of the people like that, until they see it affecting their bottom line, they're not going to pay any kind of attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have no incentive to. They have no incentive to. He has no incentive to make better shows unless he's losing money and TV shows are bad. Like, all he's done so far is just double down on bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
and it just keeps getting worse and worse. And he keeps using other things. It's like, it's because of this, and it's just like, but hey, man, that's, if you actually look into what you're saying, that's not true.
Yeah, but yeah, and of course, the Fox deal is supposed to go in and be kick off, I believe, October.
Yeah, that's when
So
AEW's TV show starts as well.
yeah, so yeah, they need to really get on the ball with that, and just they need to make the necessary changes and like concentrate on the product and concentrate on constructive criticism and fixing on that.
Yeah, they're too busy being worried about people. Like, we're too busy worried about AEW to really do anything, and they just keep making people more mad and want to leave more. And just watching SmackDown alone, them rehashing the same Kofi storyline again after we had all. It's been a month
Yeah,
since WrestleMania. We've done this already.
and it's ridiculous with the whole Luke Harper story. Like, really? Because he can't do a dang on Southern accent.
From
So
4 years ago, you can't. Why does he have to be Southern? He can't just be from Kentucky, where he's actually from.
yeah, not only
Just
that, it also made me think about the whole thing with Gail Kim. It was like, okay, can you speak Korean? Do you know Korean? I'm like, she's freaking Asian Canadian.
yeah, exactly. It's just he has a weird mindset about stuff, and once he gets a certain view of you, it's not going to change.
It's like, it's so dang on. It's ridiculous. It's like, how he sees Asian talent, and then it's like, hey, can you know, act like you could speak this language or such like that? It's like, really? Like,
He's stuck in the past, man. Like, he is archaic as hell, and it is starting to cost him, and it should.
I mean, I don't wish anything bad to happen to anybody, but somebody need to force him to step down.
Hopefully, there'll be enough pressure if they keep losing. I'm hoping they get under a 1 soon. I'm hoping they get under a 1, and that'll make changes wholesale. Because if they can get like a .89, get that low,
So
I don't see that going well.
So you are
I'm
okay
hoping.
with them taking a big enough hit
Oh yeah,
to the point that they're at
they
the one and
need
it has to wake them up.
they because they're not going to listen otherwise. Vince, he literally has no incentive to actually listen to anybody else.
Yeah.
What, I mean, like, if you think about it, what incentive does he have to listen to anybody at this point? You can tell he's delusional enough to think that whatever he thinks is best is going to work when it's shown itself to not be the case. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's changed 4 minutes. He literally wasn't the last Raw said to be done 4 minutes before airtime.
Yeah.
And it shows that shit is horrible.
It really is. It really is. But, well, such a bummer.
Boomer.
But we'll have to see what happens going forward if they can get their freaking acts together.
Let's see. I can't wait to cancel my damn subscription.
No, you have to keep it forever.
See that, and that's another thing too. One of my main problems with WWE is that they bank on and they flaunt in my face that they are like, okay, their brand, right?
Yeah.
They don't. It's not about the wrestlers anymore. It's about the brand.
Yeah.
WWE is for everything, and that's where they messed up because the way they think is no matter what happens on the shows, you're still going to watch it because it's WWE. It's not, and that's the way, unfortunately, the way their shows come across.
Yep.
It feels like they don't give a shit because they're like, whatever, you're watching this, you're going to watch it every week because you're addicted to it. It's a thing. It's as normal to you crazy fans as watching the news is to people.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I really that when I don't watch it, I'm like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah.
From 8 o'clock till 11. What do I do? Oh, I can do anything. I'm not watching this shitty ass show that I don't like. And it's a weird thing, and I'm starting to get out of the habit, and I love the fact that I am, because they don't deserve me. They don't deserve my eyes. They don't deserve my attention, because there's so much better product being put out there for me that to keep back to them is basically just me throwing my nose at the good product, because I'm not investing nearly as much time into them. I'm investing into the crappy thing that I actively don't like.
Yeah. That's very, very good points. And
Another point.
Yeah.
They basically have set up their brand, that has set up their model to be, okay, we are going to make a network app that there are 2 million people, at least 2 million fans, that'll keep paying us $10 a month.
And that's still a big number.
Yeah, for however long they want to, because they're fans and they're addicted. So we're not going to drop off much. 2 million is about, I would think, would be the number, right? Those 2 million people that have these subscriptions, where the hell are they going? They obviously love WWE. People who don't love WWE don't buy that shit. They're not spending $10 a month to watch old stuff. And
right.
I would, as an old school fan, I rarely ever go back and watch old stuff anymore.
It depends for me.
I don't have the time, because I'm trying to keep up with a product I don't like, and I'm keeping up with products I do like, and other things vying for my attention: sports, movies, other entertainment, comic books. Like it's a weird thing. It's just you're banking on your diehard fans to keep the lights on, so to speak. And because the TV doesn't matter until advertisers get involved. It doesn't matter that people aren't watching. It matters that advertisers know people aren't watching.
Yeah. So it's a fair point. But oh man. But anyway, if nothing else, shall we conclude?
Conclude.
You want to take us home?
Well, I want to thank you for joining us for another episode of the Team GOWGO Wrestling Podcast. Party people, I say good night and have a good one, and watch some other wrestling than WWE.
Stardom.
Yeah, watch Stardom. Watch anything other than WWE, and you'll be happier, I promise you.
All y'all viewers, keep that in mind and have a good day.
Good day.
Peace.